Hello to all of our viewers and welcome to our first episode of the Global Chatter where we'll be looking at the 2024 presidential election results. Now, as everyone currently knows, Donald John Trump has won this presidential election, defeating Kamala Harris, 312 electoral votes to Kamala Harris's 226. So today we'll be looking at some of the states, especially the swing states, and just really analyzing them to see why all of the swing states, Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Georgia, Arizona, and Nevada, went for President-elect Trump. So we're going to start with Pennsylvania today first. So Pennsylvania has 19 electoral votes, as you can see here, and it is also known as the Keystone State, and very quickly we'll see why. Pennsylvania has the most number of electoral votes out of the 7 swing states, and most of the time, each candidate, be it Trump or Harris, would need Pennsylvania to win this presidential election. So I just want to take a look at the counties that flipped from blue in 2020 to red in 2024. There are 4 counties as of now that did so: Bucks County, Northampton County, Monroe County, and lastly, Erie County. So these 4 counties were blue in 2020, as you will see here: Erie County, Monroe County, Northampton County, and Bucks County. So how did Trump flip these 4 counties from Democrat to Republican? So now I just want to tell you that these 4 counties are what we call suburban counties. So these counties are outside of Philadelphia, which is here: Delaware, Philadelphia, Montgomery, and Chester. So these are kind of like the suburban counties outside of Philadelphia. And these tend to typically swing between Democrat and Republican. So when Trump ran this year, turnout amongst these areas, these solid blue areas, were particularly crucial for Harris's campaign, because what Trump does is that he drives out huge amounts of voters from this area, the red area, and then Harris must counter that by driving out voter turnout in this area. But what happened this year was that these 3 counties, the suburban counties, went for Donald Trump. So this just shows how much frustration these voters in these counties have with the Biden administration. And overall, these counties allowed Trump to win by you could call quite a big margin, 50.5 to 48.6. Now, of course, there are still some other ballots in. Counting is not yet complete, but we expect that these results should hold as a victory for President-elect Donald Trump. And I just also want to take a look at the counties you can see here: Bucks County, Northampton County, and Monroe County. Just want to look at the swings in the counties. You can see here, Philadelphia moved 5 points. That's a lot. Chester County moved 3 points. Bucks 5 points. Monroe 7 points. Erie 2 points, and Northampton 3 points. Now, why is this so interesting? I'm going to show you something now. These are the past elections from 1960 all the way until 2020. And this is kind of Pennsylvania. I'll show you. Northampton County and Erie County, the last time they were red were in 2016, where Trump won the state. So Erie County went for Trump by 1.6 points in 2016, while Northampton County went for Trump by 3.8 points in 2016. Monroe blue, Bucks blue, but by very thin margins. 2020, Biden flipped these 2 back into the Democratic column. Erie by 1 point, Northampton County by 0.72 points. Monroe moved quite solid, 6.4%. Bucks little leaning, 4.4%. So I just want to compare this 2020 to 2016. You can see here, these counties are the ones that shifted a lot: Chester County, Monroe County, Luzerne County, Dauphin County, and Cumberland County. These are the suburban counties outside of Philadelphia. But Philadelphia, mind you, did swing by Trump to 3.6 from 2016 to 2020. So again, now just see 2020 results. And in 2012, Obama won. All these suburban counties went for him. And in fact, the last time Monroe County went red was in 2004. George W. Bush, and he won it by 4 votes, 0.0071%. And mind you, he lost the state. John Kerry won by 2.5 points. And in Monroe County, the difference was only 4 votes. You can see here, 4 votes. This is surprisingly shocking, right? And what's even more shocking is that Bucks County, let me just show you Bucks County, this one here. Bucks County, I'm just going to show you. Bucks County, which is this one here, hasn't been going for Republican since 1988. The last time it went Republican for George H.W. Bush. As I can show you here, the politics segment of Wikipedia, look at it. 1992 all the way up to 2020. Blue, 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 blue. 2024, suddenly it became red. How shocking is that? But it wasn't very big. The margin was just about 2,000 plus or minus votes. But it just really shows the swing from 2020 to 2024. And Bucks County is the 4th most populous county in Pennsylvania, apart from Philadelphia and some of the urban regions. So the fact that this went for Trump shows that the results will really affect the overall outcome of Pennsylvania because it has such a high population centered around the county. And the biggest swing, if I'm not wrong, the biggest swing in county is Monroe County. I have to say, even I am quite surprised Monroe County went for President Trump because Monroe County didn't vote Republican in about 20 years, 2 decades. And the last time it voted for Republican was also by a very tiny margin. Let me just show you Monroe County here. Where is Monroe County? Here we go, Monroe County. You can see 2024 red. The last time it went for Republican is in 2004 by a very thin margin. But it has been quite a red county and it's transitioning to blue county now. So this is why I think that Pennsylvania really just swung towards Trump as a whole. Now the next thing I want to show you is this, the issues that decided the 2024 election in Pennsylvania. So this chart here, or whatever you can call it, is a share of the voters who said each issue was the most important facing the country in 2024. Just look at it. Economy. 42% of voters said that economy was their most important issue. Immigration, 20%. Abortion stands at 14%. So we know that Trump has really been ruthlessly hammering down on Harris's position on immigration and economy. And abortion was kind of Democrats hoping to grab it. And the fact that economy and immigration really decided this election in Pennsylvania so much. So I think that's what part of the reason why Harris lost too. She just couldn't really just turn up the abortion issue a lot more. And what's interesting is that the Senate election in Pennsylvania, which Associated Press has called, this is quite unusual because the Associated Press called it, but no other news network or any decision desk has called this race yet except for the Associated Press. And you can see here that Dave McCormick has a 0.4% lead over Bob Casey, which is, mind you, the incumbent for a very long time. 99% of the votes is counted, AP estimates. And Erie is blue here. Erie County is blue, but Northampton County is red. Monroe is blue, and Bucks County is blue. So this is interesting. So this shows that Harris is just performing worse than Democratic candidates down ballot. Because you can see through the Senate race, although Bob Casey is not in the lead, these counties which Trump flipped, most of them were still won by him. Most of these counties were still won by Bob Casey. So you can see that voters are just really frustrated with Biden's administration, and this is why I think it really caused the whole race in Pennsylvania just changed its tune towards Donald Trump. And the next thing I want to show you too is this. Let me just find it for you first. Sec. The House races in Pennsylvania. Let me just show you where it is. In Pennsylvania here, you can see that districts 7 and 8. This year, District 8, District 7 flipped towards Republican. These were former Democratic states. Look at it. Incumbent losing. Another incumbent losing to both Republicans. Now, and if you look at where these districts are, just take a close look at where these districts are. I'm going to show you county by county results where exactly these districts are in. District 7, it is in the county of Monroe and Northampton. Lehigh, Monroe, and Northampton. Monroe went red, but I think it's only partial part of Monroe, so it might not really reflect the true details, but look at it. Northampton County, 50.2 to 49.8. Another factor that shows that Harris is doing worse down ballot. Now let's take a look at House District 8 in Pennsylvania. This is House District 7, where Ryan McKenzel wins 50.6 to 49.4. Now House District 8, and the Republican also wins 50.9 to 49.1, a slightly bigger margin. Now this also includes part of Monroe County, but in this case the Democratic candidate wins 54.1 to 45.9. Now Lackawanna County, the Democratic candidate also wins. So these two are flips. And this guy is the incumbent, Matt Cartwright, and he lost this race, so it's quite surprising, and the margin of victory is only 7,072 votes. So if you see where these races are really centered, they're centered in the suburban areas, like I mentioned to you just now. Bucks County, Monroe County, Northampton County. These are where these votes, these districts are located, you see? Here is Philadelphia, here is outside of Philadelphia, the suburban counties. So this is why I say Harris is really losing among the suburban counties. They must find a way to win back these suburban counties. Number five. Let me just quickly show you Decision Desk HQ's results. Election results very quickly. I'm going to show you. Here you are. No, this one. Hold on a sec. Just wait for it. I'm gonna go to Decision Desk HQ because it has quite full coverage results on these races. I just wanted to show you, this is the Senate district. Does it have races? Wait, I can't seem to find the Attorney General. I want to show the Attorney General races in Pennsylvania. Here it is. Attorney General races in Pennsylvania. So Decision Desk HQ is called the race for Dave Sunday. None of them are incumbents, but I think this seat was formerly held by Republicans. You can see here, Bucks County, but this is a bigger margin. Of course, it's a bigger margin. 51 to 45 if you round it up. But Northampton County, similar margin. Monroe County, slightly narrower margin. Erie County, quite a big margin here, and not surprising, 50.9, 46.1. So people are saying why this happened is because Trump's win kind of had like a coatal effect that went all the way down to the state races, and what's most important is this Center County. I want to bring your attention to Center County. This is Chaffey County, Center County. Harris won, but the Attorney General Republican candidate won here. So this is quite interesting, and I just want to point out to you. If I'm not wrong, the treasurer race, where is the treasurer race? Treasurer race is, where is that race? I'm looking for that race. Hold on a sec. Here it is. Treasurer race. The Republican also won, Stacey Gamley, but she's the incumbent. Maybe that helps a little bit. Yep, she also won Center County, Erie County, Monroe, Northampton, and Bucks County by quite a substantial margin. So this is important because it really shows that Pennsylvania is kind of moving towards the Republican side. Maybe it's moving towards the Republican side. We can't say for sure now, but I think it's kind of seemingly like that. And also, the State House, if I'm not wrong, let me just search to 2020. If I'm not wrong, the State House of Representatives in Pennsylvania House of Representatives election, yeah, seats after are remaining the same. This is from Wikipedia. The Pennsylvania State House of Representatives is still the same, not much difference, and I think the Associated Press has called this race. Yeah, Democrats retain one seat majority control of the Pennsylvania House. So this just shows that Harris is just doing poorer than down ballot Democrats, because you can see here she's just doing a lot worse than down ballot Democrats. And then you can see here too, she's kind of like Clinton, but Clinton lost by much narrower margin. She still won Monroe, she lost Northampton and Erie, but she still won Bucks. That's crucial. And I just wanted to compare past elections to past elections. You can see since 2012, in fact, I'm just going to show you since 1996, Pennsylvania has trended 8 points to the right. Erie County, 15.2 points since 1996. Let's not go so back far in history. I just wanted to show you more close history. The Rust Belt, which I will talk about more in the next episode, has really been trending towards the Republicans since 2012. Trump, 4.2 points. Erie, particularly 15 points. Bucks County is kind of trending to Democrats, but this election really showed them that didn't really happen. Northampton, 4 points, and Monroe, 6 points. So, yeah, I think it's quite clear to many people that this was a race that was a little bit, not at expectations, but still within expectations, because I think people are expecting a close race. Some news agencies have warned that this maybe will not be a close race, but I still thought it would be a close race. A bit weird, me. But Pennsylvania did shift 3 points to Trump in 2024 compared to 2020. So this wraps up our first episode of the Global Chatter. And yes, I will have a next episode where I will share more on our second swing state, the Rust Belt State, also Rust Belt State of Michigan. Yes, Michigan, another state where I'll be sharing a lot about, because I believe this was also shocking to many people. Michigan, 1.4 points to Donald Trump. A bit shocking, but we'll digest it in the next episode and see what really happened in Michigan. Alright, so thanks for listening and stay tuned for our next episode of the Global Chatter.